Hi there, I'm Sean Osterlink, and welcome back to Overcoming with ACT. I've got another ACT-based video for you today. Hey, that makes sense. I'm gonna put ACT up here, just in case you didn't realize where you're at today. I don't know how you people ended up here, but I appreciate you joining me for this video, whoever you are. Is there anybody out there? So today the concept I'm going to be talking about is acceptance, or rather this moving towards and moving away arrow here. Now, in the Happiness Trap book, I've referenced that before. Russ Harris calls this a choice point. He's got his arrows kind of going like this, like a V. The way I do it is, well, I like this kind of flat line of just, you're either going in that direction or this direction. I'm biased towards this because I have a handout that I made with a flat arrow instead of a V-shaped arrow. So anyway, what this describes here is towards moves and away moves. Moving towards what matters, going in that direction. That's where do I want to be going in my life? What matters to me that I want to be taking steps towards? What can I take action towards that takes me into a more meaningful life, that takes me more towards the kind of person that I want to be? And then on this side is the away moves. What are the things I'm doing in my life? What are my actions that take me away from who I want to be, how I want to show up in the world? And then underneath this, I put control on the away side, and then acceptance or willingness to experience, willingness to have experience on the towards side. And so on this side where we're moving towards what matters to us, that means being willing to have unpleasant experiences, willing to have unpleasant things within ourselves that we don't want, willingness to have an unpleasant thought, willingness to have an unpleasant emotion, because it's, well, allowing ourselves to have that means giving up the struggle and taking action towards something that's more important than trying to get rid of that thing. I use an example of being afraid of heights, tall things, roller coasters, that kind of stuff. That will bring up anxiety for me. And so a towards move would be the willingness to even approach the idea of going on a roller coaster, going onto something tall, going near the edge of something tall. The acceptance piece would be the willingness to go, I can have feelings of anxiety. I can open up and allow my body to experience that. I can allow my mind to have a worrisome thought or a catastrophizing thought. I can have that, and I can also take action towards what I want to go towards. Maybe riding that roller coaster would be a lot of fun, and I know it would be a lot of fun, and I have ridden on roller coasters, so I know that they are a lot of fun, but they're also scary. The away move from that would be, I don't want to experience anxiety. I don't want to experience fear. I don't want to have my heart start racing. I don't want to start sweating. I don't want to get caught up in my head, ruminating on all kinds of bad things that could happen, scary things about maybe being up high or falling or just things of that nature. And so the most obvious control move in this scenario, let's say roller coasters, would be, I just don't have to ride them. Hey, I can just avoid that scenario entirely and solve that problem. And that doesn't necessarily have a lot of cost to it. Somebody could go their whole life without riding roller coasters, and there's a lot of people who would like roller coasters who would think that that's kind of sad, right? And there's other people who wouldn't care. But so the overt control there would just be to avoid the situation entirely. Now, if I were strapped into the seat of a roller coaster and for whatever reason someone was making me ride a roller coaster, then other control mechanisms might kick into that, to pull into the mind and withdraw, to have one's mind racing, spinning of all kinds of terrible scenarios that could happen, to be, fighting against the seat, trying to get out of it, of course, and in this scenario. What else would be control strategies? Catastrophic kind of thinking, negative thoughts. This is going to be terrible. I can't stand this. I'm going to die. What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to this roller coaster? All of that would be getting caught up into that experiential control side, trying to get out of the experience, that the anxiety and unpleasant things and unpleasant thoughts showing up in the body are things that I need to get rid of, get away from. Shifting back over to the towards side, to the towards what matters, acceptance would mean opening up to, again, those feelings of anxiety, maybe speaking safety to oneself. I can have this anxiety here, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to die. It doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. It doesn't mean something catastrophic is going to happen. I can speak openness to this thing, and that I can go, okay, I'm going to open up and allow this to be here. Anxiety is showing up. Unpleasant thought is showing up. I don't have an off switch to click that off. And so if it's here, I've really got two options. I struggle against it, or I accept it and make room for it. It's this unpleasant thing that showed up into my experience, but I can't get rid of it. So I can either make it worse by trying, or I can open up to accepting that it is here. And acceptance doesn't mean that I like the thing that's showing up. It doesn't mean that I want it to be here. It simply means that I'm going to change my approach to no longer be struggling against it. So then my question for you, the viewer today, whoever happens to view this video at any point, where do you find the away moves showing up in your life? What experiences are you avoiding, pulling away from? And how is that taking you away from what matters in your life? How is that costing you something? How is that maybe limiting the kind of person you want to be, or the kind of experiences you're willing to have? And then on the flip side of that, how do you want to be showing up? What could be different in your life? What do you want to be moving towards? Who do you want to be in a different way? How is that showing up for you today? Or maybe you're already taking steps to change. Maybe you're already taking steps to lean into the hard things over here, where you're willing to open up to an experience. Maybe you're practicing mindfulness exercises or exposure exercises. You're just pushing yourself to do some new hard things, even little hard things in your life, to stretch yourself some more. So over here, the path is gradual stretching, gradual new experiences, where you're getting more and more used to going, okay, that can be unpleasant, but I can have that. And then I can go a little farther. I can go a little farther. I can grow a little more. Okay, so that's a little bit about this model of moving towards or moving away, moving towards acceptance and leaning into hard things and hard experiences, or pulling away from them through experiential control strategies, experiential avoidance. So thank you for your time today. Now you know that I have this fear of roller coasters, apparently. So I appreciate you viewing. If you like this kind of content, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down there, and I plan on uploading more content as I think of things. Thank you. Bye.